Where do you find a 3-bedroom villa in Dubai for 120,000 dirham a year? One of the most popular questions I get asked. And that would be Damac Hills too. So for context, we have lived here for 3 years. There is me, my husband and my 2 children, and we have a 3-bedroom villa plus a maid room. And then I get flooded with messages of what is it like to live in Damac Hills 2? So I'm going to take you around Damac Hills 2 today so that you can see what all the fuss is about, see the hype and see whether it's going to be a good fit for you. So I'm just walking down inside my cluster today. Bright and early. So we have lived here for 3 years now, and everybody asks, like, what is it like? Is it somewhere that you would recommend to move to? And honestly, I would say yes, we love it. We don't plan on moving from this area because it suits us as a family and our family life. Just for you guys to know as well, both myself and my husband have online businesses. We work from home. We don't need to commute anywhere. And our children are in schools around the corner, which is about 15 minutes away. So we don't need to commute to work every day, which is why we chose Damac Hills 2, from any other community. Damac Hills 2 is around 30 minutes away from the marina. So you are further back into the desert. Okay, so we're not in the hustle and bustle of it all. It's very chill, very relaxed. We're by the sand dunes. It's very quiet out here. With every cluster in that D2, there is normally a park for the kids and a pool. So every cluster has a pool, which is probably one of our favourite things to do out here in D2, especially when it's hot. It's something that you could just nip down at the bottom end of your cluster and visit. So let me show you like that kind of area. As we're approaching the front of the cluster, the security guard is here. Come up, and then there's the pool here, which is quite a big pool. There's a bit of an area here, and then at the top of the cluster, right at the top, there is a park. But yeah, we love going to this pool. So that's easily accessible for everyone. And then we'll go to the front of the cluster here. When we moved here 3 years ago, our rent for a 3-bedroom plus a maid room villa, about 2,000 square foot, we were paying about 90,000 dirham, which now we think, oh wow, like that's so good. Over the years, the prices have increased. I think they're going to go back down now, but currently we pay 120,000 in 4 checks. So it all depends on the owner and the landlord, how many checks you do, how many payments are made. So yeah, I'm sure that's up for negotiation as well. It's just about having a conversation with the landlord. When we moved, we had to pay a deposit, which is normally about 10% of the year rent, and then the first payment of however many checks you do. So that's just something to bear in mind when you're saving to come out here, or moving to a different community. Another question I get asked is, does it matter which cluster you live in? My answer would be yes. Now, as you can see, I'm walking right now. I'm walking from my cluster to the community centre where I go every single day. And for us, it's about a 15-minute walk from the front entrance of the cluster to the community centre. Now, we're in cluster 5, so I would say if you like walking, then maybe look at the clusters that are surrounded by the community centre. Especially like if you've got kids in nursery in the community centre, or you go there to the gym, or go to the coffee shop and you just want to walk there, bear that in mind. Otherwise, you are going to be driving everywhere. It is a big, place, D2. So yeah, we prefer that particular cluster that is closer to the community centre for us anyway. So that would be something to bear in mind. Also, the types of villas are different in each cluster, so you might just want to check that out too. So it is a gated community, but they have just ramped up the safety element in Damac Hills too. This is what they have just currently built. So this is the new mini police station that they have just built in front of the community centre. So they have put cameras up in every single cluster and to keep track on the behaviour of the cluster, which is, I think, is so good. They're still doing it up at the moment, but they've just spent the summer building it. So this is the community centre. Lots of parking and a shade here. We've got lots of different shops in here. They're all closed at the moment. It is like 8 AM. When you come to the first floor of the community centre, you've got tennis courts, there's a community pool over there, and one of my favourite coffee shops. Fun fact, I actually did spend 2 years every morning in that coffee shop doing work. Swimming pool there for everyone to use, cactus, coffee shop. There is a gym in there as well. There's also some squash courts and dance studio in there. So the gym is available for people to use as a resident for free, which is great. And then you can also book the tennis courts and places like that for free as a resident as well. Outside of the community centre, you have got a footy pitch here. This is actually where they hold all the community events. So to be fair to Damac, they do put on really good community events for families where they'll have entertainment, pop-up shops, yeah, lots of stuff going on, and it creates such a great atmosphere for everyone, and everyone loves it really. So yeah, this is where they put on all the events really there, which is such a great space. There's a really nice area where you can actually hire a barbecue for the evening to cook your own food. Behind here we've got a nice park for the children. There's some cricket places there, and behind the cricket courts there is a pet farm. So there are some animals there where children can go in and view the animals. But here's the park that my kids love going to as well. And then all around there are some food trailers as well, which is so beautiful in the night. It just creates such a great atmosphere and environment. Behind here as well, there is a birdhouse. So there's a big aviary where you can go in for free, and there is also a dog park. Now I don't have a dog, but for an assault course for the dog, they can run around in the dog park as well. Obviously I am an expat and moved from the UK to Dubai, and there are a lot of expats here. So we are lucky enough to, get familiar with everyone. That's the thing I think I love the most about here, is you see people, the same people all the time, because it's such a close community where you get familiar, and it's nice just bumping into people that you know. So I love that, and yeah, lots of expats, lots of different cultures as well, which is so amazing, especially for the kids to grow up around that as well. What I would say is they haven't really thought out the parking of the community centre. It gets so busy naturally, so what they've done is they've used this like overspill car park here, which obviously does make your car a bit hot. Where they're doing a bit of work here right now, there used to be a outdoor cinema, but I don't think they thought it through, because I think the screen got damaged and stuff and when we first moved here they did put on a few films on the outdoor cinema where you could rock up with your car and things. So lovely, but yeah, I don't think they've thought it through. So they've closed it down, and obviously they're building on that now, so I'm not too sure what they're currently doing there right now. Looking up to the community centre now. And I'm going to meet my husband for a coffee in our favourite coffee shop. I've just come to the other side of D2. This is where all the apartment blocks are. They've got a few stores here and they've just built a new mosque. So yeah, so there's some new restaurants and there's some supermarkets down this end, so convenience shops, food shops. There's a nursery here. Nursery, so there's 2 nurseries on D2. Inside the other community centre there's 6 coffee shops, there's a couple of restaurants there, there's a gym, there's some dessert shops. There's quite a variety in the community centre, but here it's just like pharmacy and things like that. And then you've got all of the open area where a lot of people do like workouts and stuff. This is one of the supermarkets. It's quite a small supermarket to be fair, but it's very convenient. We love it though. There are actually a few restaurants side by side here. So we've got one restaurant there, a beauty lounge, so beauty salon, and then there's another restaurant there. Doing a lot of work here right now. Here is the hotel, and in front of the hotel you've got a kids play area. It's quite a big park, so what we tend to do is when it's a bit cooler we do tend to bring the kids here because it's such a big park and it's lovely. It's all shaded as well, so helps the kids obviously. There's like some trampolines in there, there's big like slides, swings, some things for smaller children as well. So yeah, there's a variety there, which is like one of the main parks in D2. So we love it. Love going there early in the morning, you know, like 7 a.m. when you just want to get the kids out. Over here as well, just behind me, in front of the restaurants and stuff, they do a lot of community events there. So like big bouncy castles. Sometimes they put up a big screen as well, so that you can watch a film outside. It's like a pop-up cinema, which is nice. One of the best things about D2, and I will rave about this forever, and everyone is so surprised with this, but it does have its own water park in the community, which honestly every weekend we visit. It's so fun. The kids absolutely love it. So yeah, it's they have like a lazy river, they have a wave pool. I'm just going past it now, but it's so fun, and obviously it's free for residents. So how cool is that? All you need to do is book in via the D2 app if you're a resident, and yeah, you book your time slot, you go. So fun. They have like a little shop for like food, drink and things like that as well. Sometimes they have like parties and get-togethers. They have like certain events on. Of course there are going to be like cons to D2. We haven't experienced many of them, to be honest. The only trouble we did have was like the agent when we first moved to D2. The agent didn't actually give the money to the landlord for like 2 years, but you know, it's very it's not very common that. But so what I would say, like with agents, just be mindful of the agent, and they can get creative as well with their fee, so beware of that, because it's not only the deposit, it's the agent fee as well when you sign, like when you get a property to rent. So something to look out for. But overall, we absolutely love it. We don't see ourselves moving from here. We love living in Dubai. Compared to everywhere else in Dubai, it suits our lifestyle and how we like to live. Everyone's super friendly, it's lovely. So it suits us anyway. And yeah, would highly recommend to anyone. So if you have any questions about Dubai or Damac Hills 2 or anything, please feel free to ask in the comments. But please like and subscribe if you like this video. It'll really help me out, and I'll see more of you.